what's up? It's Janie here. I am here today filming my everyday fall makeup look. So this is just a really basic makeup look, super natural, super subtle. This is the look that I've pretty much been rocking all fall long, so I thought I'd share it with you guys in case that any of you want to test it out. If you want to see how I created this look, just keep on watching. The first thing I'm going to do is apply foundation, and I'm using this CoverGirl Vitalist Healthy Elixir in the shade Classic Ivory. I mentioned this in my favorites last month. I have been obsessed with it lately. I would definitely say it's full coverage. It does really well with my dry skin. I don't know if maybe you have oily skin, if it would be a little bit too oily for you, but see how that just covers everything? If you have oily skin, if you just were to use a mattifying primer before applying this foundation and then a powder afterwards to set it, I think you would be totally fine. I just don't do either of those steps, and it works really well with my dry skin. The brush I'm using is by e.l.f. So it was super affordable. It doesn't have like a name on it or anything, but it looks like this. I believe it's a foundation brush. That's what I've always used it for. I suppose it could be for something else, but I think it's for foundation. The next step is going to be concealer, and I've been using the same concealer forever. It is the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind Eraser Dark Circles Treatment Concealer. It has like a really long name. This is it. I absolutely love it. It has a sponge tip applicator. You just twist it up like this, and I always make sure to get right in here because that's like an area that gets dark, and I feel like it just really makes you look more awake and like brightened when you put that there. And in addition to being a really great concealer, I really do notice a difference with my dark circles when I use this and when I don't. It doesn't cling to dry spots or anything like that. I'm not going to set this, but if you have more oily skin, you could totally use a setting powder on top of this, and I think it would still totally work for you. I'm just using the same brush to gently blend this in. I'm just trying to be a little bit more gentle around my eye area. The next thing I'm going to do is contour. Obviously, if I'm in a huge hurry in the morning, this is something that I skip. But when I want to just feel a little bit more put together, it doesn't take me too long. I'm using the NYX Wonder Stick in the shade Medium Tan. I just pop a little bit right there. I'm using the Real Techniques stippling brush to blend this in. For blush, I'm going to use the NYX Stick Blush in the shade Tea Rose. This was something that I also have mentioned in my favorites in the past. I absolutely love it. I just like go like this so I can like find my cheekbones. And when I'm applying it, I stick to the apples of my cheeks, but then when I'm blending it, which I do again just with the same stippling brush, I blend it back. So the color is concentrated on like the apples of my cheeks, but then it also gets blended back. I just really like that. I think it just gives a really nice natural flush to the face. With that same stippling brush, I'm going to use bronzer, and I'm using the Urban Decay Beached Bronzer in the shade Bronzed. This is also something I've mentioned in my favorites before. I'm just going to follow along with where I put the contour and kind of blend it into the blush just to add a little bit of warmth as well as a little bit of definition. And I'm also going to do it under my jawline as well. I also take it on my forehead just to kind of do like a uniform warmth. I'm also going to use this bronzer as eyeshadow. I'm using this IT Cosmetics crease brush. I am obsessed with this brush. I use it all the time. I'm just going to take some bronzer on that, and I just apply it into my crease. I don't really worry about being neat because it's just supposed to add some warmth and definition to your crease, and that's all. I can take it under just a little bit. I'm going to do highlighter. I have been using lately the Benefit Dandelion Twinkle highlighter. I'm obsessed with this. It's something I mentioned in my favorites. I feel like this is basically like a look using all my favorite products. I'm taking a Real Techniques blush brush actually. I prefer using a big fluffy brush to a fan brush for highlight. I don't really like to have a harsh line of like blinding highlight. If that's what you're after, then use a fan brush, go for it. Or even use a small eyeshadow brush and be very precise with it. I want more just like a subtle illumination of my face, I guess. So using a brush like this is better because it diffuses the product a little bit more as opposed to strongly applying it on. I'm just gonna gently take that up there, and that just adds a little bit of glow. And I'm gonna take it on my nose as well and on my cupid's bow. I also take this on my eyes over top of that bronzer. Not very precise. This is a look that is so easy and quick to do in the morning because you can kind of just throw it on your face without thinking about it. I'm gonna do eyebrows, and the first thing I always do before I do anything to my eyebrows is I brush them out. I use this e.l.f. spoolie brush. I'm not sure what e.l.f. calls it, but that's what it is. It's just a spoolie brush. It's a little bit like bendable, and I kind of bend it down a little bit so that I can just go like that. Lately, I've been using this Ofra eyebrow pencil in the shade Universal. I don't know how this could be universal because it's pretty dark brown. And to be honest, I'm not a huge fan of this. This was just something that I had and I wanted to use up. I wouldn't particularly recommend this, but I mean, it works. I start here along the bottom and I make a straight line, and then I do the same thing on the top and really draw out the arch, and then very gently I go like that at the beginning. This is one of the reasons why I don't really like this pencil. I just sharpened it before I used it and it's like completely dull again, so you have to sharpen it every single time, which is kind of a pain, plus it means you go through it super quickly. I don't know, I'm just not a huge fan. After my brows are filled in, I get my spoolie brush out again and I really blend. I'm brushing the hairs in the front up and then the ones in the back down. And you guys might have heard me talk about this before. This is the e.l.f. Clear Brow and Lash Gel, which I only ever use for brows. I'm doing that upwards motion in the front and then downwards motion towards the back. I'm going to apply a lip balm. I've talked about this in my favorites video as well as my Applefest haul. This is the Chez Lapine, I don't know if I'm saying it right, moisturizing lip tint in the shade Plumbed Up. It looks really dark, but it goes on super sheer. And I am absolutely obsessed with this stuff. It is just the perfect tinted lip balm. This is just the perfect natural wash of color. I am going to curl my eyelashes. So avert your eyes if that's something that freaks you out. This is something that I skip if I'm in a huge hurry. I'm going to line my eyes, which again is something that I skip if I'm in a hurry. I've mentioned this in my favorites before too. This is the Wet n Wild Kohl eyeliner in the shade Simma Brown Now. This is super affordable. I'm pretty sure it's under $1. I just like to smudge it just ever so slightly in my eyes and then a little bit in the bottom. Last but not least, I'm going to use mascara. I'm not going to lie, I'm not a huge fan of this mascara. It's the IT Cosmetics Superhero Mascara, and I heard people raving about it on YouTube, so I wanted to give it a try, but I wasn't sure if I would like it, and it was a little bit pricey. So I just got the little sample size at Ulta, and I'm so glad I did because I'm not really a huge fan of it. I've talked about in the past how I don't really like mascaras that are drying on the lashes, that make kind of like crispy lashes, and this is one of those, and I'm just not a huge fan, but it does look nice, so I'm definitely using it up. I just won't purchase it again. Isn't that a cute face? So you can see it does make a difference. On the side I have mascara and on the side I don't, so it does its job as a mascara, but I don't know, I'm just not a huge fan, especially for something expensive. When something's gonna be expensive, it has to be like perfect. I really take the mascara right into the root of the lashes and then fan out. Okay, so that's it. That is my everyday fall makeup look. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Give it a thumbs up if you liked it. Subscribe if you don't want to miss the next one. I hope you are having an amazing day. I hope you're enjoying the fall. It's almost over. It's gonna be winter here soon, and then it's gonna be Christmas, and it's so exciting. I love this time of year so much. Anyway, thanks so much for watching. Enjoy the rest of your day. Bye.